Who took my,
Desk blower?
yes.
That's crazy. Made your notes on it, huh?
Well, I know, cause I had, mine's the only one that's updated.
It's about a couple months old, maybe more. Oh yeah, this is March 2020.
Everybody's is that way since they
Frozen in time.
wrote it. Exactly it.
Yeah, it's like in the classroom, some of the boards still said March 11th.
But why would somebody take mine
And not their own.
and put it at a different location? Leads me to believe that there are other crap that was fooling around with.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
I did get to talk to Enterton today. They said they made some improvements. They admitted they never prepared for Zoom. They never opened up enough ports to have additional laptops on at night. They totally admitted that to me. It's like,
Well, there you go.
There you go. That, it was on their end.
Well, then why are they our IT providers then, or is that what they are?
They are IT providers. They needed to know the whole picture. They got bits and pieces of it, but they're slowly getting the whole picture of what's going on. And they're gonna get their butts out here in person if we have any problems tonight.
How many, what's our termination agreement with?
Good question. I don't know. I wasn't here when we did that contract. I would assume 30, 60, or 90 days.
Cause they haven't been here all that long.
No.
No.
No, it's been a little over a year and a half.
And if we find out, as Don is telling us,
Yeah, that they knew this was going to be a problem.
external speakers,
Yes.
don't
Yeah,
show
they
this
finally
again.
talked to somebody in IT, so now the gig is up. Because every term they were using, I knew what they were talking about. It's like, oh, okay. That's what's going on.
I don't think just join a meeting. Are we already started?
We can. You can. Yeah.
So Lincoln Park, that probably won't be the same. Oh, we'll see. This is a recurring meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Please wait for the host to start this meeting.
Oh. I guess I need to start the meeting.
Well, no, you don't. But it's just that it's got. As long as.
Oh, because it's got the waiting room now. That's right. That's a pain in the
We
ass.
got to keep approving it. Oh.
Yep. It's either that or we do a password.
And
I'm
nobody.
not gonna do a password.
we're not
because
We're not gonna do that.
No, not
You'd
for
be
these.
locking out your own console, basically.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I would rather control the security of it
Yeah.
than allow somebody else.
Okay, I gotta get
Sorry,
me
man.
papers. 'Cause you can't have a meeting without papers.
You could do it all electronically.
Could, but then I'd have to switch. You'd have to share screens, and then I wouldn't be able to flip pages and write on them.
Well, I'm just saying you don't need to. You,
Why would somebody take my blotter?
your blotter?
Yeah, they took his blotter, his calendar.
How do I know it was mine? Because mine's the only one that was up. That was till October.
Yeah, everybody else is stuck in. I don't know why this one's in July, that one's in June. March makes sense. Spoke with Brandon. You wanted to set up a meeting.
Yes, I do.
How does Wednesday afternoon?
put it in my, I think, did I respond to you? I thought, I'm trying to get my computer to respond to that, so here you go,
I
Mayor.
didn't send anything on that one.
Oh, what is Wednesday?
Oh, you know what?
Wednesday is just Wednesday.
Wednesday's the meeting on, there you go, I
Wednesday
got your
was,
cigar.
you know what?
Wednesday
Uzo
is,
now?
huh?
About the Uzo now? or
Sure.
what?
We
I'll get it.
were
It's my
going
phone.
to meet about panhandling.
Right.
But now, because Ray is
Out of town.
out of town, now we'll just use it for the,
We don't need Ray
Lawsuit.
on the meeting, do we? Which
No,
lawsuit is that one?
Both of
all
them.
of them.
Do we have to have a meeting on that stuff?
Just
No,
us.
no, it's
Oh, okay, just,
Us
you,
and Brandon.
me.
no, wait, why do we need Brandon?
Well, because there's just, we're gonna clear the air with it, and we're just gonna, I don't,
Brandon would have never been served with a lawsuit if nobody would poke that snake in the face.
what's that?
I don't think that lawsuit ever would have been served on the city if somebody didn't go poking around on that thing. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think my brother had any intention of serving anybody. He filed it to justify. That's why he didn't get a lawyer. So,
Who poked anything?
Brandon did.
What did he do?
Well, I sent him to look for the other lawsuit, and he found this one. The Kaminsky lawsuit.
Well, but
We weren't served with it. In other words, he told the guy, I'll take service for it. Well, let's meet on it. We'll discuss it then. That's just something that should be, because of its sensitivity.
still filed it.
You know how many lawsuits are probably, you go start searching. People do things they never.
Oh.
That thing was probably. No, it really comes out, and I don't want Brandon farming it out. That's all me.
As long as the mayor gets health care, everything's
That's right.
fine.
We were in the same boat. And you know what? I don't know whether it's appropriate for me to be there, James. You gotta decide. But I did. I just.
Did you welcome me to the meeting, by the way?
I haven't gotten in yet.
Oh,
You
okay.
want to tell the mayor?
The whole point. Chief Martin thinks that it's like a.
Okay, so,
It's not the instant. It'll be a few days.
so they'll give them their email address or something, yeah.
They'll give him contact information.
Go to you for an update on the elections.
there's really nothing to iron out. It's just, my general experience with him is once he gets something, he has this immediate global feeling that he can sell it. He needs to just take his time, and that's what I told him today.
Can't have it appear that I am for one person or
Well, just be careful with him. My experience
Okay, we're gonna try.
Go to the agenda, click on the Zoom meeting link. That's what he said.
Wire for testing event. Daniel.
I don't know where the agenda is. There it is, and you can't get, it's not showing up on your. Jeez.
Tell me about it.
It's not allowing you to pull it up. 82-page packet? Good God, Mayor. All right, I'm gonna go. Mayor can't pull it up for some.
Do you have the link in your email too?
Okay.
One of them should be an open link. That, I saw you were clicking on it, it wasn't coming up.
1355.
All right, so now you're just dialing that, yeah. Guys could have told me I could have saved the trip here.
Well, we gotta see which one works. This is saying it's an invalid link. It's always something.
All right.
The internet's actually working though.
Join the meeting. Then it's at
You shouldn't be stuck in a waiting room.
Right.
Lincoln Park City Council.
Do you have anybody in your office?
You
James?
join?
It's just me.
Host as another meeting in progress.
He's downstairs. All right, I'm gonna go let you in.
All right. I don't think he's gonna get let in.
Am I recording? Am I being recorded right now?
Not yet. I didn't hit record yet.
Okay. Because I'm going to throw something.
Okay.
So are you live on your computer but not up here? Is that what the signal is or what?
This is just in-house, yeah. This is not what the people are seeing that right now. They're seeing that we're coming up on
Mayor
a
keyed
meeting.
into that or not?
Well, that's just to let them know
Not on
what's
this
on.
side here, is he?
Yeah, that's what's actually going
So
out.
we just need Jim to throw the switch to start the meeting?
Well, to let the mayor in.
Oh.
Why is it doing that?
It's not what I wanted.
You were hacked. Are you in? Can you put it up on
No.
your screen?
Yeah, I've got it on my screen, but I'm done, so I just want to change my name.
Do you know how to change your name?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Mayor, you can't see the mayor at all, can you?
Yeah, you were coming through down there.
Really? He can't see himself. See if it's in your email. Just a direct link.
Who's the Reverend? Reverend's probably already given the prayer.
No, he waits for the cue.
doing well. I see your signs up with some Biden signs, which is good, you know. I saw one lawn had a Darzinski, a Kelsey, and a Trump sign. So I'm on
Does he need to type in the number directly?
I see more of your signs. Done a nice job. I think you've done better than you
Where are you?
I'm right here. He's got that, but there's another meeting.
Yeah, get out of that one.
I don't think people care on side streets anymore. They see it anyway. I mean, all,
So leave the meeting?
nice little
Yeah.
businesses,
Okay.
boutique businesses all over.
Don't hit join a meeting.
My neighborhood,
Open up, go to the city page.
I think I've seen two of Chris's.
I'll just do this the easy way.
He just got him the other day.
Is there such a thing as the easy way?
I don't know. It was easy.
Well, he lost
Yeah,
his
the
job in the
city's
middle of all this.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Was he able to get
And then
that?
go to the
Agenda,
I don't think he
yep,
did.
click it.
Six.
Well, I don't know.
government, and then agenda, agenda
He
and
was getting
minutes.
furloughed for a while and then he got laid
Oh,
off.
oh, then he, oh, I see.
So I don't know exactly where he.
No, I had Carrie's
City
thing.
council.
You
So-
had you had an
Store's gotta be
email
a struggle
already
for
in
him.
the
His store
Go to
is
the agenda,
breaking even at this point. It's not making.
and I click on the link at the top.
That's it.
That'll take you right. That's the same way I did it.
No, no, I mean, that's good news.
So,
Alright, I think we're ready to roll. Are you?
All right,
no, he just.
Mike's
gonna change
working
it.
on a meeting.
I'm Don on the computer. so
All right,
just-
I can,
Oh, okay.
Switch it.
I can fix that.
We can change your name. That's not hard.
Yeah,
You gotta let me in. Once you let me in, I'm going. As soon as I get the,
Sorry, Mr.
as soon as I get left off here.
Sorry for me getting all wound up tonight, Mayor. I'll just apologize before the meeting. If you need the Uzo, just make a zero sign. I'll go down to my car and get it, okay?
No, I'm not an Uzo guy.
You're not? I found this 3/4 full bottle in the office, so I brought it. It's a baby bottle. All right, there you go.
Why not? I got no
All right, I
idea.
think we,
You can apologize for technical difficulties.
no, I gotta,
I thought you were bored, that's why I said,
and I'm muted.
Yeah.
you're not doing nothing.
There we go. Okay, I think we're in operations now. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We'll call the meeting to order at 7:38. If everyone would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. And is Reverend Frank Dragonic with us? We will see this in a second. It will be followed by the invocation by Reverend Frank Dragonic of Harvest Church of the Nazarene. So everyone, please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Reverend, are you on the call? At this point, then, we'll have a moment of silence for those who may have lost loved ones in the last 2 weeks. Thank you. If I could have roll call, please.
Councilpersons Breeding. Present on the phone. Higgins.
Present on the Zoom.
Kelsey.
Here.
Parkinson.
Here.
Ross. Here. Salcido.
Here.
And Mayor Cox.
Here. Well, good evening, everyone. We got going a little bit late. More of getting things connected on my computer here. It turns out that we didn't know if we were going to have a Zoom meeting this week or not, with the governor's orders being basically invalidated by the Supreme Court. But the legislature came forward and the governor signed a bill allowing these meetings to take place through the end of the year, and then allowing after the first of the year for it to be electronic if there was a declared emergency either by the governor or by the city or for whatever reasons other than that. Okay, first, some great news from one of our local businesses. The Park Tire, which is located at 2256 Fort Street, has been notified by Tire Review Magazine, their Top Shop program, and of all the tire repair plate facilities in the country, Park Tire has been named the #1 in the nation by the Tire Review Magazine, so the Top Shop. So it's quite an honor for Park Tire. They're a business that has been here, I mean, forever, between his father, before him, and that's, I think they go back probably almost 90 years. All right, and then next we have the COVID virus is still very much with us, and that's why we are on the still doing Zoom. And there's been, I wouldn't call it a second wave, but there's been increasing number of cases, say in the last 2-3 weeks, that has been up over the month previous to that. It's nowhere near our peak numbers when we were coming in March and the beginning of April, but it is still a matter of concern. So, but with this, we're going to be having a free testing. This is put on through County Executive Warren Evans in Wayne County, and it's coming to Lincoln Park on this Saturday, which is October 24th. It's going to start at 10 a.m. and run till 3 p.m. It is located at the Lincoln Park Middle School. So if you don't know where the middle school is, that's 2800 Lafayette Street, 2800 Lafayette. And the guidelines with this is that there's no pre-registration, no doctor's orders needed, no insurance required, and it is free. And minors must be accompanied by a parent or guardian, and it's for ages 5 up. And then there is, we're going to have this flyer on our website and our social media tomorrow. But for more information, you can call 734-287-7870. That's 287-7870, or visit www.waynecounty.com. As we're going to, the schools are opening up a little bit, because next week they're going to probably have over 600 kids at the school. It's important to find out who and has this, so that they can self-isolate during that time, so we do not rise to the level of a second wave here with that. Keep that relatively short. I wanted to go to our city clerk, Carrie Kerher, for an update on elections, which is just a short 2 weeks away from us now, but she has some updates on as far as where you can register and such. So I'm just turning it over to Carrie. Carrie?
Thanks, Mayor Kearns. So, today was what they call the registration deadline. That means that if you haven't already registered to vote as of today at 5 p.m., the only place that you can do that now and be able to go to the polls on election day will be my office. You have to register with your local clerk in person with proof of residency in order to register anytime between now and election day. So if you're not registered, come on in, we'll get you all signed up, all set and ready to go. I know I said it last meeting, but I'll briefly go over it again. We do have 2 ways to vote in Lincoln Park. One of them is in person on election day, and the other one is by an absentee ballot. I know the Secretary of State's telling everybody to vote early in person, and I want everybody to know that you can come here and get an absentee ballot, vote it in the building and turn it in. But you are voting an absentee ballot. There is no place in Michigan where they actually tabulate ballots before election day. All of our absentee ballots get counted on election day by the absentee counting board. Right now, we are closing in on 8,700 absentee ballots issued. We have about half of them back, and that is a record, a real record. So We're issuing ballots over the counter Monday through Friday between 8 and 4. We're also here on Wednesday evenings between 4 and 7, strictly for election purposes. If you don't feel safe or don't feel inclined to go to the precinct on election day, you can come in and get your ballot ahead of time. If you want to go to the precinct on election day, please feel free to do that as well. All of our normal polling places will be open. That does include Hoover School. I've been getting a lot of phone calls from people that think that they tore Hoover School down. Hoover School has a new gym area, and it will be open for the younger voters at Hoover School. So that about covers most of what you want to say, no?
Absolutely. Just wanted to update. There will not be Saturday hours or anything like that coming up.
Yes, I'm sorry, I did forget that. On the 31st, we are here from 8 to 4 that Saturday.
So the Saturday before the election, you'll be there from 8 to 4. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. And with that, I will move on to the consent agenda. Resolved that the following items listed under the consent agenda be approved as presented to the mayor and city council. 1, approved minutes, regular meeting held October 5, 2020. 2, approved minutes, study session held October 5, 2020 at 6:30 p.m. 3, approved block party, Lafayette, between Ford Boulevard and LeBlanc. 4, approved interlocal agreement home consortium. 5, approved interagency agreement smoke detector program. 6, approved interagency agreement code enforcement. 7, approved interagency agreement crime awareness. 8, approved interagency agreement community policing.
Support.
Okay, do we have discussion? Clerk, call the roll. Oh, I'm sorry.
The other 2 items under consent?
Yeah, there's 2 trainings.
Yes.
10 training for the police department, interview and interrogation school, and a 10 training for the police department FTO school.
Okay, I'm looking, in my packet, it's the, I just had the first 8 that I read, but from the agenda, 9 is attend training police department, interviews and interrogation, and 10, attend training police department, FTO school. Okay, is that good with the mover and supporter that is included?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Ross? Yes. Higgins?
Yes.
Reading?
Yes.
Kelsey?
Yes.
Parkinson?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
And Mayor Carney.
Yes. Okay, give me a second here. All right, I seem to be missing my packet here. James, if you could print me off another packet, or Carrie, have one printed off for me. I don't have the full packet here.
Do you want me to read this next resolution?
That'd be the adopt ordinance waste management. Yes, please, go ahead.
Okay. Resolved that an ordinance to amend the municipal code of the city of Lincoln Park by repealing and replacing chapter 1296, section .01, D3, 27, entitled Site Plan Review, and Chapter 1294, Section .41, entitled Trash Receptacles and Dumpsters, be given its third and final reading and be adopted by title only. The City of Lincoln Park ordains that the Lincoln Park Municipal Code be amended by repealing and replacing Section .01D3, 27 of Chapter 1296, entitled Site Plan Review, and Section .41 of Chapter 1294.
So moved.
Or support.
Get a discussion?
Yes, Your Honor, if I could.
Yes, go ahead.
Could we please eliminate the M before the trash receptacle paragraph? I believe that M goes with the
Old one.
yes. Thank you.
Further discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Breeding,
Yes.
Kelsey,
Yes.
Higgins,
Yes.
Parkinson,
Yeah.
Ross,
Yes.
Salcido,
Yes.
and Mayor Carter.
Yes. Carrie, if you could read the next one also.
Sure. This is resolved that an ordinance to amend the municipal code of the city of Lincoln Park by adding, replacing, or repealing portions of chapter 1260, section .08, entitled Definitions, chapter 1286, section .03, entitled Special Land Uses in the GID, chapter 1296, section .02, entitled Site Design Standards, and chapter 1290, section .02, entitled Off-Street Parking and Loading, given its third and final reading and be adopted by title only. Said ordinance having been posted conspicuously for 72 hours. The City of Lincoln Park ordains that the Lincoln Park Municipal Code be amended by adding, repealing, or replacing portions of section .08 of chapter 1260, section .03 of chapter 1286, section .02 of chapter 1296, and section .02 of chapter 1290.
So moved.
Support.
Discussion? Hearing none, then clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilpersons Breeding,
Yes.
Salcido,
Yes.
Higgins,
Yes.
Kelsey,
Yes.
Parkinson,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
and Mayor Carnes.
Yes. All right, if you would not mind going ahead with the next one.
Sure. Resolved that an ordinance to conditionally amend the official zoning map, chapter 1266.02 of the City of Lincoln Park with respect to the rezoning of parcel ID number 45003-15001-304, more commonly known as 1805 John A. Papalis Drive, be given its third and final reading and be adopted. The City of Lincoln Park ordains that the zoning ordinance for the City of Lincoln Park, specifically the zoning map of the city, with respect to zoning classification of the property known as parcel number 45003-1500001-304, commonly known as 1805 John A. Papalis Drive, shall be rezoned from Municipal Business District, MBD, to General Industrial District, GID.
So moved. Support.
Discussion? All right, clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Kelsey,
Yes.
Higgins,
Yes.
Breeding,
Yes.
Parkinson,
Yes.
Ross,
No.
Salcido,
Yes.
and Mayor Carnes.
Yes. Next item that we have is resolved that the City of Lincoln Park designate the hours of 5 p.m. through and including 8 p.m. on Saturday, October 31st, 2020 as the official trick-or-treat time of observation in the City of Lincoln Park.
Oh, so moved.
Support. Support.
Okay, do we have discussion? All right, then, clerk call the roll.
Councilpersons Breeding,
Yes.
Parkinson,
Yes.
Higgins,
Yes.
Kelsey,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Salcido,
Yes.
and Mayor Carnes.
Yes. Okay. Bear with me just a second. I got the new packet printed off for me, but of course,
No orange sheet in the middle.
well, no, it's all convoluted. So Carrie, if you would go to the next one, I'll sort this out before 9 o'clock.
Next one is the new used auto dealer.
Yes.
And the resolution reads, resolved that an annual 2020 used auto dealer's license be approved for the following location. Walker Automotive LLC at 1771 Dix with no outside storage. Their application has been filed and so has their insurance. They have their C of O from the building department too. I didn't put that on there, but they do.
So move.
Support.
Discussion?
Question through the chair.
Yes.
We're getting more of these online kind of businesses that only have a physical presence but more online business. Is there anything that we should be looking at to update our rules to cover this? I'm just asking, I don't know, but this is like probably the first of a couple I see coming down the pipe. I'm just wondering if there's anything that we need to do differently, or this, because like I say, they're not gonna have any cars on site, and they're just gonna have a building, so I'm assuming it's gonna be all online sales and they'll pick it up and all that. Just a question through the chair. Go from there.
Okay, who's prepared to answer that?
Well,
We have had businesses like this before.
Okay.
Yeah, the ordinance requires that used auto dealers be approved by the mayor and council. Even though he only holds a Class W wholesaler's license, it is still a used auto dealer's license. And so it has to come before you for your stamp of approval before I can issue his certificate of registration.
Okay, I was just to the chair, to the clerk, I was just curious because, like I say, it's gonna be on, but that's fine. I just wondered if there's something more to it. That's fine. Thank you. I'm all set. Thank you, Ann.
Okay, sir. Further discussion?
Yeah, I'll just make a comment if I could, please.
Sure,
This
go
is
ahead.
Donna. Lori, I just wanted you to know, the thing that we have to, the clerk's office and the building department has to be very strict about is the no outside storage, because we have had businesses in the past that have had this type of business, but through the years, the no outside storage had fallen off through the building department's requirements. So that's just for a tidbit. We have to make sure that this business is flagged, no outside storage, and then we wouldn't have any problems at all. That's all. Thank you.
To the chair, to the president pro tem, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. Further discussion?
I'm just curious, Your Honor, if I
Yes,
could.
go ahead.
Is there anything in our ordinance that would apply that particular information that our council president reflected?
For no outside storage?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Myers, on the call, can you comment on that?
Yep, there is. It's based on two categories. It's the district and the type of business. And so it's been in there as far back as I can think. I think the last time it was written and codified would have been 98, but it's been there for a very long time that no business can have outside storage. And in fact, in this situation, the reason we could grant this one between the clerk and myself as a C of O is it's actually only an office space, and so there is no parking place in the building to use wholesale auto sales. But yes, it's in the ordinance by district.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, is there further discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Breeding,
Yes.
Kelsey,
Yes.
Higgins,
Yes.
Parkinson,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
Okay, Salcido
Yes.
and Mayor Carnes.
Yes. Next item that we have has a cover letter from Doreen Christian, our Community Planning and Development Parks Recreation Director. The city received a grant from Wayne County in the amount of $50,000 and received the intergovernmental agreement from the county on August 31, 2020. The approved project for restoration of the bandshell convex roof and the bandshell concave interior. The city solicited bids on the bandshell convex roof in the end of September. The bids were due on October 7 and none were received. On June 25, 2020, Jim Kaiser of Insulated Roofing Contractors submitted a proposal to correct the shell when they came out to investigate our leak. It was determined that the shell is deteriorating and letting water run through cracks under the flat roof to the building. This problem is causing water to come into the building, causing the interior ceiling to peel and crack. Contacted Mr. Kaiser when we didn't get any bids, and he was unaware of the bid. He has agreed to do the job for the proposed price of $15,000 that was submitted in June. He also stated that the shell roof can be completed this year if we move quickly on the approval. I've discussed the matter with John Myers. He has stated that the pricing is excellent. He has also stated that if we go the whole winter without this matter being corrected, it will cause considerably more damage. And Wayne County was contacted and said that all we need was one estimate to complete the work. Whereas the City of Lincoln Park received Wayne County millage funding 2019-2020 for improvements of Kennedy Memorial Building's bandshell. And whereas the intergovernmental agreement for the park millage has been executed by the City of Lincoln Park and returned to Wayne County. And whereas the City of Lincoln Park solicited bids to repair the convex portion of the bandshell and received no bids. And whereas the necessary repairs have become an emergency to protect the integrity of the shell's infrastructure through another season. Therefore, be it resolved that the proposal received by Insulated Roofing Contractors on June 25, 2020 to renovate the convex interior roof of the bandshell be approved for a price not to exceed $15,000. Funds to come from Wayne County Park millage for fiscal year 2019-20.
So move.
Support.
Discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Breeding,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Higgins,
Yes.
Kelsey,
Yes.
Parkinson,
Yes.
Salcido,
Yes.
and Mayor Carnes.
Yes. Next item that we have is resolved that the mayor and council execute a joint lease agreement for the winter holiday seasonal display with the Knights of Columbus, Robert H. Jones, Council 3078, and the Lincoln Park Exchange Club for a period of 5 years to expire on January 30, 2026.
So move.
Support.
In discussion for this, let it be known that I'm a member of the Lincoln Park Exchange Club.
For the chair,
Yes, sir.
Your
go
Honor.
ahead.
I'm also a member of the Knights of Columbus in Lincoln Park, just
Oh,
for
yeah.
the record.
I'm a member of the Knights too. Thanks for reminding me. Further discussion? Then clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilpersons Breeding,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Higgins,
Yes.
Kelsey,
Yes.
Parkinson,
Yes.
Salcido,
Yes.
and Mayor Carnes.
Yes. The next item has a cover letter from Doreen Christian, again, our Director of the Office of Community Planning and Development. And in background, during the initial phase of the Community Development Block Grant budget hearings for fiscal year 2020-21, Mayor and Council elected to allocate the American Indian Services Incorporated $33,000 to purchase a passenger van. Since that time, the American Indian Services has closed its doors. It will be necessary to reprogram the fund allocated to this organization. Since the budget hearings, 2 locker room and front lobby furnaces at the community center have ceased to function. Dennis Anderson got a quote to replace all 3 furnaces with HEPA filters and UV sterilization for $13,200. This time, I would like to reprogram $13,500 to cover the furnaces and incidentals to the community center, and the remaining $19,500 to go to streets and utilities. John Kazoo, our DPS director, stated that he has an additional 6 sanitary sewer point repairs to be completed and would like to request use of $20,000 if possible to help supplement the sewer fund for these point repairs. So the resolution is, whereas American Indian Services Corporate was allocated $33,000 from the 2021 2020-21 CDBG budget and has closed its doors. Therefore, be it resolved that $13,500 be reprogrammed to the community center for 3 furnaces and $19,500 be reprogrammed to streets and utilities.
So moved. Support.
Okay. Discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilperson Salcido,
Yes.
Kelsey,
Yes.
Breeding,
Yes.
Higgins,
Yes.
Parkinson,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
and Mayor Carnes.
Yes. Next item is resolved that the results of the charter amendment voted on the primary election held Tuesday, August 4, 2020, be accepted as certified by the Wayne County Board of Canvassers on August 19, 2020, per the recommendation of the city clerk. Lincoln Park Charter Amendment, Chapter 5, Section 19, allow electronic publications. Yes, 4,110. No, 1,501.
So move.
Support.
Discussion?
Other than this is going to save us, the clerk's budget, a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
I can imagine. Okay. Then clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Breeding,
Yes.
Higgins,
Yes.
Kelsey,
Yes.
Parkinson,
Yes.
Ross,
Yeah.
Salcido,
Yes.
and Mayor Carnes.
Yes.
Thank you.
The next resolved that the council claims payable for those items greater than $25,000 be approved as follows. Downriver Utility Wastewater Authority, August 2020 sewage user fees, and October 2020 excess flow charges, $256,103.53. DTE Energy, September 2020 electric, gas, and streetlights, $67,579.41. Great Lakes Water Authority, August 2020 water billing, $208,519.42. Hutch Pavings Incorporated, 2019 road bond asphalt resurfacing, $68,528.15. McKenna Associates, September 2020 building department services permits, $63,171. City of Riverview, August 2020 dumping services, $36,542.13.
Support.
Discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Kelsey,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Breeding,
Yes.
Higgins,
Yes.
Parkinson,
Yes.
Salcido,
Yes.
and Mayor Carnes.
Yes. We'll now move on to our city manager's report. Mr. Krzan?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. I'm not gonna do too much time here, but I do want to remind everybody that this Friday at the community center will be a Gleaners food distribution. That will be a drive up, as it's been throughout the last few months. That will run from 9 until noon. Also, another reminder: the mayor hit on it, but Wayne County is doing drive-through testing for COVID at the middle school on Saturday. Tonight we got through and adopted a couple more ordinance changes. We've done quite a few of these over the last little bit, so we're going to be sending a pretty good batch to the publishing company to codify and get up on the website. So that's exciting. be easier to find it. So also with setting the trick or treat hours tonight, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services has put out some different guidance on how to trick or treat safely, how to hand out candy safely. And we're going to try and get that information out on the website and on the LPTV, on Facebook. We're going to try and get that information out to as many as we can because, as we mentioned earlier, COVID isn't going away. It seems to be kind of rearing its ugly head again. More so it seems outstate than it is in Wayne County right now. But in Wayne County, it is starting to pick back up. So we just got to be careful. So also tonight, you guys approved some roof repairs at the band shell. And I do want to, keep everybody's focus that these buildings are pretty old. There's a lot of work that needs to happen to them. We're working on getting a leak addressed at DPS. We also recently discovered that it appears one of the roof support beams is starting to bow, which is causing some separation on the wall here at City Hall. And so we're going to be looking at the best ways to address that. Looking at trying to get a structural engineer out to see the extent of what needs to happen there. Also, kind of on a community engagement level here, you may notice if you click on the agenda online, we're trying a little experiment to help people navigate through the packets easier. The agenda that's actually online is now linked to the specific spots in the packet that deals with the different issues. So if you're in the agenda and you want to look at all the support information for, say, the emergency roof repairs, you would just click on that link and it'll take you right to that spot in the packet. Makes it a little easier to find, a little easier to navigate. So other than that, I really don't have much else I need to throw out tonight, but I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Anybody
Mr.
have?
Chair?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, James, I've had some questioning about Rio Street between Dix and Porter. I talked to the city engineer when the list first came out in the early spring, and he agreed with me that street was horrid, and he put it on a list to be done. Could you have John or John Kazoo or the city engineer give us an update on what's happening on that street?
Yep, absolutely. We will look into it and I'll get some information out to you guys.
I'm sure COVID had something to do with it. So thank you.
Absolutely.
If I may, through the chair,
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
James, when you have the structural engineer come out to look at all these other places, there is a wall at the band shell that seems to be leaning in. If we're going to bring someone out here to look at all these others, we need to check out that wall that seems to be leaning while we're at it.
Yep, I just took a note of that.
Thank you.
The chair, if I may.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Two things, James. Pretty soon we're crunching the date for Julia to leave from DPS, and she acts as the right-hand lady, in this case, of John Kazoo. And that job's not a 5-minute job where you just walk in and you start doing it. Now, I know you've been working on it, but I think we need to escalate that or find somebody who's going to be able to go down there and learn that job and maybe do personnel later or something, because that job's coming up real quick. This is already the 18th, and I believe she's leaving at the end of the month. And I think we need to put a little more heat on that one and see if we can get somebody to figure out what we're going to do, because she does most of the reports that go to different state and federal agencies for that department also. And I would hate to have a problem with that department after the department's been running so fairly well lately. So, I'd like to find out what the target date is to fill that job and to have somebody come in to work with her to get acclimated to that job.
Well, we on that, we actually had done the initial testing last week to build the eligibility interview list. The testing was done Thursday and Friday. We should be getting the results back. It shouldn't be the middle of the week, I think. and then we can start scheduling interviews and go from there.
Okay, I'm just stating an obvious, through the chair, I'm just stating an obvious concern because when we first started this out underneath the city manager, we spent a lot of our emergency manager, we spent a lot of time working on that department, got it to where it's running real good. And I hate to have the simple issue of this because, like I said, it's when you have a change of people, you lose something sometimes that's not written down. And I think it's, like I said before, it's important that whoever we get this, we do it and get them with Julie and start going down there to acclimate to that job and find out what it really entails. The other question I got is through the chair to the city manager is the mechanic. How are we coming on that? I know we had one and I think it fell through. Or we got any more leads or any more people in the queue or any more interviews or?
So unfortunately, we actually had offered the position twice to mechanics who weren't able to make it through the pre-employment screenings. We have reached out to a third that was interviewed, and we're even discussing the idea of trying to train someone from within.
Okay, I'm just through the chair to you. this has been a long process. Matter of fact, it's been a very arduous process to get this far. And I just like to make sure that we continue on and go forward with this, even though we have some hiccups to get that, because with one person down there, if something ever happens like it did with a person had a leave, we're going to be in some serious monetary as well as physically fixing the fleet that we have. So I just appreciate the fact that these two issues with that one department, it's looked at, and I'm sure you are, but it's kind of like not fast track, but kind of moving and watching to make sure that it gets going through the process as quick as possible. Thank you, Your Honor. Thanks, James. Thank you.
Is there anything further for the city manager?
Through the chair, Your Honor.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
I have 3 questions, James. I'll give you the 2 real quick. We don't have department head reports anymore. And can you also give me an update on the tree trimming and removal?
So the department head reports, we hadn't been doing them during the Zoom meetings. If it's the pleasure of the mayor and council, we can start scheduling them again soon. And then the trees, over the last couple weeks, I've seen a significant increase in activity from E&J, the contractor. I think just by way of example, I think they had spent about they had expended about $5,000 worth of activity in September. Or was it September or August? In August, and then in September it was closer to 20, and then so far this month I think we're going to surpass 20. So they're really moving, but we've got a lot of trees that need to be addressed. And we're certainly hopeful that we'll be able to address them. I think my estimates are we should be able to, with the funding we have available, we should be able to take care of the current lists we have.
All right, last question. So bear with me. This is also for Mr. Myers through the chair, Your Honor. I have a resident who's very adamant about getting a fence in his front yard. He wants us to do an ordinance resolution. But what I would like to do is maybe have an inspector and myself go to the resident's house and see what other options we can do to help this individual. I don't know if you can, in the next 2 weeks. What do you think, Mr. Myers?
I'm at your service.
Maybe give me an inspector the next couple of weeks, set an appointment after 4 o'clock, go to this guy's house and see what we can do. I'd appreciate it.
I will make myself available. When I do, I'll make myself available to go with you. And when I do, I will provide you our ordinance in writing so you know what our restrictions are. Limitations for non-conforming.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's all, Your Honor. Thank you.
I would suggest meeting with the person's neighbor also in reference to this, because I believe that that's part of a neighborhood dispute, but I'm sure as you get into that, you may learn a little bit about that. Mr. Kazan, I would suggest that starting at the new year, that we go back to the, by the department head reports. November's meetings are going to be, well, pretty quick, and we don't even know what the council makeup will be at that particular time. Do you have, does anyone else have something for the city manager? All right, then we will move on to.
Your Honor, through the chair.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to ask the city manager, with all the talk about buildings tonight, we haven't talked about the police or the court building in quite some time. Have we had meetings? Can you tell us anything?
So last week there was a quick court management council meeting with the 3 communities and the court, and we touched on it briefly. With COVID and everything, it certainly has put a pause, but I think we are starting to move forward again with the discussions.
It's ongoing, and we took the opportunity to introduce our DDA and EDC director to the group also, because in the future he's going to be become, I think, an integral part of this project.
Thank you.
Anything else for the city manager? All right, then we'll go to citizen communications. And James, if you would unmute everyone.
I did. Everybody should be able to unmute themselves now if they are still on mute.
Hi, this is Tracy Dupre. I hope everyone's well.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'm a little disappointed about the $33,000 that was meant for American Indian Services. I had requested or some information and possibly part of that money for the new 501c3 food pantry that we opened in place of American Indian Services. But again, it's a business decision. But I do want to thank DPS and council and mayor for making the pothole, or I'm not sure what we're going to call it, but what I brought up last time on Southfield Road, it got fixed right away, and I just want to say thank you very much. It's much appreciated. And that's it. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you. Who would like to speak next? Is there anyone else? Not hearing anyone, we will move on to oral reports of the mayor and council. Council President Breeding.
On that testing that they're going to be doing for the COVA, is that one of the ones that they have to send away for? It's not one of those quick tests or anything, is it?
No, it's my understanding. It's my understanding that it's a 3 to 4 day turnaround. It's not the immediate results.
Okay, that's all that I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Councilman Salcido.
Yes, thank you. Good evening, residents and council. Just a few items. The mayor, you mentioned a couple weeks ago about the grand opening of the Splash Car Wash. That was on September 17th. I happened to be there that day also. They have a $20 per month wash special. For $20, you can get your car clean all month. So go to the Splash Car Wash on 1407 Southfield Road for more details. Also, Raise the Bar Gym, they're back. Of course, a lot of their machinery is scaled back, but I recently upped my yearly membership, so can't wait to get on the treadmill. Of course, be safe when you go to the gym. Also, congratulations to Park Tire for their best tire service in the U.S. That's quite an accomplishment. And also, Halloween night, please, everybody drive safe, drive slow. And I look forward to the guidelines in regards to how to hand out candy and whatever from the city manager and the website. That's all, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Councilwoman Ross.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because the year seems to be flying by, Lincoln Town is looking to start a new holiday tradition. They're asking and inviting downriver retailers to participate in a holiday display window challenge. It's going to run from Black Friday until Christmas Eve. So because it's moving on, this year is moving on so fast, figured it was a good time to bring this to everyone's attention. If anyone is interested, I would say to check their Facebook page. And I too want to congratulate Park Tire for their honor. And just say that it's worth repeating to wear your masks. Please wear your masks. And happy trick-or-treating.
Are you all set, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
thank you. Councilman Kelsey. Oh, I'm sorry, Councilman Higgins. I apologize. Go ahead, sir.
That's okay. I'd like to, first I'd like to thank the people who put on the candidate night last night. They made everybody feel very nice and safe. It was a very COVID safe event. Everybody got to sit more than 6 feet apart, and everything didn't go exactly as well as planned. But I'd like to thank them for giving it the old college try, and I'd like to thank everybody who showed up. Thank you to everybody. I'd like to remind everybody that the Lincoln Park Moose and the Hands of the City are putting on Autumn Fest this Saturday. It's a vendor event where you can pick up Saturday, October 4th. There'll be all kinds of stuff, autumn decorations, Halloween decorations, souvenirs, crafts, collectibles. Come out, have a good time. It's at the corner of O'Connor and 4th Street. And it will be, again, a completely COVID safe. Everybody wears a mask in. There'll be a door to go in. There will be a door to go out. Everybody wears a mask while they're inside. And come have a good time. I too would like to thank congratulate Park Tires. I've been going there for years. They have treated me real well. I know they've treated the school district real well. And congratulations. That is an honor anytime you can have the entire best in the country. That is fantastic. I also have something of a little of a personal note, if I may. After 30 years, due to an injury I've suffered through my shoulder, I have decided I'm stepping down as the varsity swim coach at the high school. And I would just like to say publicly to all my swimmers out there, thank you. It's been a wonderful 30 years, and I love you guys. Thank you very much. And that's it for tonight.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Kelsey.
Thank you, Your Honor. I thought maybe I jumped ahead somehow. I'd like everybody else. Business Park Tire has been here longer than I've been here, and like I say, it's great to have an honor, especially for a local business. Everybody has said the same thing, and I think we're all in agreement. It's a very good honor for the city as well as the business. On a personal note, myself, I'd like to say that I went to Loud Flowers today and bought a dozen roses for my wife because I missed Sweetest Day, so I kind of made up for it. But that's a local business. Very nice to me. Yeah, I know. And they even had some Swedish cards left. So it worked out pretty good. It's a local business. It's been here, again, longer than I have, but it's a very nice business. Lene took care of me real well. She was very kind to me to make sure that the roses look very nice. So there are numerous businesses in the city that we all talk about, especially Councilman Carlos. And they are a lot of places that you can go to and do local things and still help the businesses. And I think that's what's nice about it. Other than that, I hope everybody has a nice trick or treat. I hope the weather is nice, and be careful because there's going to be a lot of people out there, and it usually gets dark usually at like that time. So thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, sir. Councilman Parkinson.
It doesn't amaze me that Park Tire got an award like that. I've been dealing with Jim for years. And I remember when I was young, my father used to go in there and deal with his father. So it's a nice business, nice clean shop. You're always treated politely in there. So congratulations, Jim, and carry on with the good service. I want to agree with Councilman Kelsey. We need somebody down there at DPS. If you're trying to drag your feet, send a full-timer down there for a while to get the training, so they could be there to train the part-timer when you finally do hire them. But I think that position should be full-time, because there's always complaints about not answering complaints and stuff. That should be a full-time position, because they really need it down there. Have a good Thanksgiving, have a good Halloween, and thank you. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Thanksgiving will be here before you know it. Just a blink of the eye.
Next month.
Councilman Higgins, congratulations on your 30 years. If you think of all the different young men that you have mentored during that time, and it's a tremendous accomplishment that really it goes beyond words, what the commitment and what you have meant to those young people's lives. So I have a thank to our city clerk. I think that we are fortunate in Lincoln Park to have her at the helm with everything that has been going on this past year, all the changes and coming up with the presidential election. She and her staff have been amazing through this process, and they continue to be. I think that, again, we are very fortunate, and I want to thank them. I'm sure that all of the council will join me in that we are very, very lucky to have her and her staff as leading the way for us during this election. So,
Yes.
thank you very much. Yeah,
Very good.
exactly. And as far as Halloween, folks, if you're not comfortable partaking in Halloween this year, then don't. I mean, you can shut your light off. You don't have to give out anything. If you are walking your kids, we ask that you, if you're going out, we ask you to stick in family groups when you go trick or treating. And as in anything else, respect the distance between. If you are handing out candy, hand out it in such a fashion where you do not have to have direct contact with it. And you can put it in Ziploc bags or something in front. Let's be creative about this, and let's be safe. We'll be having some guidelines that'll be out in the next couple of days. These are from the CDC, and but it's a fun time for kids, and really for adults too. So but let's be safe about that. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Support.
All right, clerk, call the roll.
Councilperson Salcido,
Yes.
Parkinson,
Yes.
Reading,
Yes.
Higgins,
Yes.
Kelsey,
Yes.
Ross, and Mayor Carnes.
Yes.
You got your groove back.
Excuse me.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, and so then I take this, which is all paper clipped together,
Right.
and I go through and I run through the meeting. It wasn't there.
Sorry, I gotta pay attention to you, I'm reading this magazine here while you're snapping your fingers. You should just
And I'm not, and I
just
don't,
throw something at me.
I don't mean to snap my fingers.